In this video, we're going to show you how to remove the motor from your dryer. So the first thing we want to do on this model of dryer is remove the top. Now, if your dryer has a console on it, the teardown is going to be a little bit different. But for any of your machines that are of this type that match your typical front load washer, the first thing we're going to want to do is remove that top. So on this machine, there's just 2 screws in the back. On this model, they're Phillips head screws. So Phillips head screwdriver does the trick. Some machines will be like a 1/4 inch or a 5/16 socket. So with the screws removed, we're just going to wiggle the top backwards, and that'll allow us to lift it off the machine. We'll set it to one side. So the next thing we want to do is remove this upper console. And on this model, it's very easy. There's no actual screws that hold it. It's just clipped into place. So we're just going to apply a little upward pressure. And once that's released, then we're just going to tip it forward. And I'll swing it around, and you can see that there's some electrical connectors that need to be undone. And those are very easy to undo. They just have a little tab that you press down and pull them apart. With those taken apart, we can just set that console off to one side. So the next thing we'll need to do is to remove the front of the machine. To do that, first thing we'll do is we'll open our door, we'll remove our lint filter, and there's 2 screws that need to be removed. On this machine, they're Phillips head as well. Your machine, they may be a little different head, but either way, they'll need to be removed. Now there's 4 screws across the top that we're going to remove. Now the nice thing with this manufacturer, you can remove those screws without the whole front falling right off. They have a couple little clips there that allow that to stay in place. Yours may not have that, so when you get to the point of taking out the last screw that's holding it, you're going to want to apply a little bit of support to that front so it doesn't come chasing you. So I'll start on this side, taking the 4 Phillips head screws out. So now I'm just going to wind up pressing down on these tabs, and that will release the front. And inside here near the top, there's a door switch. And that switch is there for the light and for the turning the motor on and off. So there'll be a harness attached to that that we'll have to disconnect. So now I'm just going to take my screwdriver and I'm just going to apply a little bit of pressure on that catch that they have, and that'll allow me to slip the front off. And the same on the other side. Now when I do that, that front's going to want to come forward, so we just want to make sure we hang on to it. And now that I have the front coming forward, I can disconnect the wiring harness to my light switch. So with that disconnected, we can just lower our front down and lift it off the brackets in the bottom. And we're able to set that front away. So now with our console off, we're just going to pull those wires back, and we're just going to remove the screws that hold the bracket in place. And on this machine, on this side, there's actually 3. And one of them is holding this cover that goes over the control board. So we're just going to remove that. Now on your machine, that control board may not be located there, so that screw may not be even there. Your control board may be back here or over to the other side. But on this one, that screw has to come out. Now with those screws removed, we're able to lift this bracket off. And I'm just going to rotate it up because your wiring harnesses are still here and they need to be released just by untwisting those little clips. And we can just let that harness hang out of the way, and we can set that bracket to one side. So the next piece we're going to take off is this blower housing where your lint filter goes into. And to do that, we just got to remove some more screws. One on this side, and there's 2 over here. With those screws removed, We can now just slide this down off the filter housing and set it to one side. So the next thing we'll want to do is removing this front bulkhead. And before we do that, we're going to want to make sure we undo this particular harness. This is just providing a circuit for the moisture bars that are in here. And to do that, we're just going to have to squeeze that tab and pull the two halves apart. So now that that's done, we're going to remove these screws from the front bulkhead. Now the nice thing about this manufacturer, you can remove those screws and this will not come falling off that you'll have to try and hold 6 things with 2 hands. So we'll just remove these screws. That's the 2 on this side, and we get 2 over here. So with those removed, we're now able to remove this whole front bulkhead simply by lifting up. And they basically, in these brackets, they have a little finger that extends through into a hole in the cabinet. So that's how come it's not falling off. So I'll just be lifting this up and that will release it and I'll be able to remove it. And what you'll then see is that the drum itself will want to fall a little bit just because it's actually being supported by this front bearing or front assembly. I'm just going to lift that. And that's the front assembly that we just removed. You can see it has your front drum bearings or front drum rollers. We'll set that to one side. So the next thing we're going to want to take out is the drum. And to do that, we have to release the tension off the belt. So this belt goes around the drum, it goes around an idler pulley, and then onto the motor itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reach in, undo the belt off the motor pulley by just lifting the tensioner, so it's taking the tension off the belt. Now that I've taken that off, I'm now able to use the belt as a handle to lift the drum and take it out of the machine. So the next thing we're going to do is remove this whole assembly. Now this manufacturer's made it really nice. They have everything, your blower, your motor, idler pulley, thermostats, and belt brake switch all on one assembly. Now not every manufacturer does that, so we're just going to pop these electrical wires off the individual components. We'll start with our thermostats. We'll just wiggle those right off. And on this make, you don't have to worry about what goes where. They'll only fit on the thermostat they came off of. This one will not mount onto that one. So makes it nice and easy, you don't have to worry about it. On your motor, it's one big connector, and you just go to squeeze those tabs. Just let that hang. Now there's also a harness that goes to the belt brake switch. So again, this connector, we're just going to wiggle it off the switch, and it can just lay in there. So now with our harnesses all disconnected, we just have 4 screws to remove. There's 2 right here. So now that those screws are removed and our harnesses are disconnected, all we need to do now is just pull that forward so these pipes disconnect, and then tip our motor up and the whole assembly comes right out. So now that that's out of here, we'll just put it up onto a bench and we'll continue with the disassembly. So to remove our motor, it's typically sitting in a cradle with 2 clamps on it, and there'll also, in most cases, be a blower on the end of the motor shaft. So we'll want to remove that blower. So to remove the blower on this model, we just need to remove this fan shroud. Now your model may not require that, but if there is a fan shroud, you'll want to take it off. Set it to one side. So now you can see the retaining nut that's holding the blower onto the motor shaft. So on this model, it's a nut that comes off. On some machines, the nut is built into the blower itself. So you're basically unthreading the entire blower or fan off the motor shaft. And in most cases, this will always be left-hand thread, which means to loosen it, you have to turn it the opposite way that you would normally loosen a nut and a bolt. So normally you would be turning it counterclockwise to loosen. On these blowers, that bolt is set in a way that the fan has to be tightened up by turning it into a clockwise position. So we'll just get a socket for that. So I have a socket that fits that nut. I also have another socket for the other end that I can put onto the motor pulley. Now you can use a wrench, you can use a large pair of adjustable pliers, an adjustable type crescent wrench, whatever you have in order to hold that motor shaft from turning when you want to loosen that nut. Now if your dryer hasn't been apart for a long time, this nut's going to be difficult to take off. You may even have to use a small battery powered impact on that in order to loosen it. On the ones that the blower has the nut inside, usually they have a plastic piece of the blower that extends through the blower housing, and there's enough space where you'll be able to get a wrench in on it in order to hold it and turn your motor shaft. But the important thing to remember is that this is left-hand thread, so while it looks like I'm going to be tightening it, I'm actually going to be loosening it. Now that looked pretty easy, and that's because I've previously taken this off. But in most cases, that is on there so tight, you're really going to have to put a lot of effort into it. And ideally, if it's really hard and you're having trouble holding it, if you have an impact driver that you can put a socket onto, put it on, put it so that's turning in a clockwise direction, and that'll whip right off for you. So once you have that off, or your blower has unthreaded off the motor shaft, you can just wiggle that blower and get it off the motor shaft. Now again, this blower has been off, so that was nice and easy, no problem at all. So now with our blower removed, we need to remove the clamps that hold the motor in place, here and here. Now these clamps are pretty easy to remove. You basically just need a blade screwdriver, and you'll see on one side they have a little bit of a hook. So you're just going to insert your blade screwdriver into that hook, push downward, and pry, and it releases. And you just wiggle it off the other end. So that's really easy to remove that clamp, especially with this nice little hook. Now, on older dryers and some other manufacturers, they don't give you this nice big loop. They give you half of this on both ends, and you have to try and pop those off. And it's the same process. You're basically using your blade screwdriver to go into that narrower channel and have to push down and pop it off, and you need to do that on both sides. But on this make, it's a nice easy one to work with. And it's the same thing on the back side. I just push my screwdriver into it, apply some downward pressure, and pivot it off. And now I can just lift it off that bracket. It's a little tighter quarters. And with those brackets removed, we can simply lift our motor out of the cradle and slide it out. And that's how you remove the motor from your dryer.